Hi, welcome to my channel Industry 4.0. Today, in this video, you will learn about the JavaScript YUI Test Framework. Please like and share the video and subscribe to my channel. So, let's start. Introduction. JavaScript YUI Test Framework is one of the greatest standard JavaScript unit testing frameworks. It is a share of the Yahoo User Interface, YUI. It may be used to test any independent JavaScript code that does not practice the YUI library. YUI Test delivers a simple syntax for creating JavaScript test cases. Those may run also from the browser or from the command line. They likewise provide a fresh mechanism for testing asynchronous, AJAX, JavaScript code. We will find ourselves acquainted with the YUI test syntax if we are used to the syntax of XUnit frameworks, for example JUnit. There are changed methods to display test results in YUI test. We can show the test results in the browser console or develop our custom test runner pages to display the test results. It is better to develop custom test runner pages acceptable to show the test results in all the browsers due to some browsers do not support the console object. The console object is supported in Firefox with Firebug installed, Safari 3+, Internet Explorer 8+, Chrome. Description. The YUI library project at Yahoo was created by Thomas Shaw. It was sponsored inside by Yahoo co-founder Jerry Yang. The library's developers uphold the YUI blog. The YUI community debates the library and applications in its community forum. YUI Test is able as a testing framework for browser-based JavaScript solutions. We can easily add unit testing to our JavaScript solutions by using YUI Test. YUI Test does originate some features from NUnit and JUnit despite the fact not a direct port from any specific XUnit framework. Features. The YUI library is completely documented on its website. Full API documentation goes with the library download. It has 6 kinds of modules: YUI Core, Utilities, UI Controls, CSS Components, Developer Tools, Build Tools. YUI Core. The YUI Core is a light set of tools for event management and DOM operation. YUI Global Object. The YUI Global Object covers language utilities, a script loader, other baseline infrastructure for YUI, DOM collection, supports by common DOM scripting tasks, with element positioning and CSS style management. Event utility. Make available developers with easy and safe access to browser events. It similarly offers the custom event object for publishing and pledging to custom events. Utilities. Animation. Advantages to creating effects by animating the location, size, dullness or other features of page elements. Browser History Manager. Supports web applications use the browser's back button and bookmarking functionality. Connection Manager. Helps manage XML HTTP request transactions in a cross-browser fashion. It has integrated provision for form posts, error handling, callbacks and file uploading. Cookie. Permits us to manage browser cookies and sub-cookies through a simple API. Data source. Make available a common configurable interface for other components to interact with different types of data. Drag and drop. The YUI drag and drop utility creates it relaxed to make elements draggable and to make drop targets that reply to drag events. Element offers a wrapper for HTML elements in the DOM. It makes simpler common tasks, for example, adding listeners, manipulating the DOM, and setting and getting attributes. Get. The get utility helps the asynchronous loading of data. It supports the scripts by script nodes and the dynamic loading of external CSS files. Image loader. YUI's image loader permits us to give way to the loading of images. Those images are not visible in the viewport at the time the page loads. This may result in big performance boosts. JSON. The JSON utility makes available methods for validation of incoming JSON data. That is to confirm that it is safe, and methods to convert JavaScript data to a JSON formatted string. These approaches are founded on Douglas Crockford's work at json.org. Resize permits us to make any block-level HTML element resizable. Selector. The YUI selector utility enables us to take references to HTML elements via CSS3 selector syntax. YUI loader. YUI loader is a client-side loader engine. It can dynamically load any YUI component and dependencies on the fly. Controls. Autocomplete. Make available autocomplete feature for user interactions involving text entry. It helps a variety of data source formats. It likewise supports server-side data sources via XML HTTP request. Button. Allows the creation of rich, graphical buttons. Those do function like traditional HTML form buttons. Calendar. Vibrant and graphical control used for date selection. Charts. The charts control saves data via the data source utility. They show the data in a variety of common chart formats. Color picker. The color picker control offers a rich graphical interface for color selection. Container. Helps a variety of DHTML windowing patterns. Those are comprising tooltip, panel, dialog, simple dialog, module, and overlay. Data table. Modest up till now influential API to display screen reader accessible tabular data on a web page. Distinguished structures include sortable columns, pagination, scrolling, row selection, resizable columns, and inline editing. Image cropper. Image cropper offers the UI. It shares the elements for a client-side image cropper. Layout manager. Enables us to make cross-browser, pixel-perfect layouts with little effort by given that a fixed layout covering, top, bottom, and left, right and center layout units. Menu. Gives an easy API for making flyout menus, menu bars, and context menus. Rich text editor. The rich text editor is a classy client-side text processor. It is modular and highly configurable, appropriate for any open-ended text entry condition. Slider. Delivers a generic slider element. That element allows the user to select within a finite range of values on one or two axes. Tab view. Supplies navigable tabbed views of content. They support dynamic loading of tab content via XML HTTP request. Tree view. Yields a content tree whose nodes may be prolonged and contracted. Uploader. Permits for a multi-file file upload by feedback on upload progress. CSS resources. CSS base. Use base after reset to make available a consistent, cross-browser spare for the normal browser CSS rules to which web developers are familiar. CSS grids. 7 basic page wireframes with subsection modules to help over 1,000 different page layouts. CSS fonts. Consistent cross-browser font families and size version. CSS reset. CSS declarations eliminate margins. They regulate cross-browser rendering on common elements. Developer tools. Logger. Gives a rapid and easy way to write log messages to an on-screen console. Profiler. A cross-browser, non-visual code profiler for JavaScript. Profiler viewer. Used in grouping with Profiler to deliver rich visualizations of our profiling data. Build tools. YUI compressor. YUI compressor is a tool that minifies JavaScript and CSS without harm. YUI doc. YUI doc is a tool written in JavaScript. It creates searchable API documentation of JavaScript code. It is naturally used as part of a build process. YUI doc is comment-driven. They are compatible with a variety of coding styles and programming languages.